Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Lauren. Recently I just came back from a month from Australia. I picked up lots of second-hand clothing and fabric to add to my collection, so I thought I'd do a little haul of some of the bits that I picked up. When visiting Melbourne, my favourite fabric shop to go and visit, or one of my favourites, is Spotlight. So I picked up this really cool watery print fabric, and this is a swimwear fabric, and I've been really keen to have a go at making a swimming costume. One of my goals for picking up fabric whilst I was out there was fabric to make me and my boyfriend pyjamas. So this is the fabric that he picked, and it's got all these tiny little planets and spaceships and shooting stars on it, so it is kind of cute. And when we got to the till, it actually ended up being $2 a metre, and they also had a 40% off sale, so it was like super cheap. They did have all their Christmas fabrics out, so I also got this little tartany print fabric with these gingerbread men on it, and then also this really cute pale blue cotton, and it's got little faces on there. And the reason that I wanted this one was because it had these little koala faces. And I think what I'm going to do is make some table place settings for those, sort of like placemats, and maybe napkins, which I thought would be really cute. The next place was the fabric store. I only picked up 2 fabrics here, but I've picked up fabrics from there before, and they've got loads and loads of rolls of fabric. They also happen to have a sale, 50% off. So I picked up this brush cotton, which I love the colours of. Look at that, it's so fun. Tealy green and bright pink checkery fabric. So those are going to be my pyjamas. And then I also picked up this sort of chiffon-y fabric, which was kind of, oh, it's going everywhere, which was really cute as well. It's got these sort of like blotchy prints, but I thought maybe as like a slightly drapey top or a little dress. Another designated shop that we went to was the cloth shop. This was a little bit more upmarket than the other 2 that I'd been to, so the fabrics were a little bit more expensive. So I only picked up 2 bits. This is a remnant, and it's this really gorgeous wool woven fabric. This is a Japanese weave, and I just got 1.5 meters of this because it was in the remnant section, but I thought that was the perfect amount to make a little skirt, a bit like the one that I'm wearing, a little mini A-line skirt. Other fabric that I got here, they had this really gorgeous satin, and it's coming up quite royal blue, but it's a little bit more navy than it shows on camera. However, this just felt super luxurious and really gorgeous. So I got a couple of meters of this, and then that was going to be enough to make a little satin slip dress, because they need to be cut on the bias. And then the rest is op shops or charity shops. I managed to also pick up more fabric from some of the op shops and the charity shops. Where to start? Well, these are on top. I picked up these super chunky Mary Janes. I think this bar is a Mary Jane style shoe, and they are super fun. I've never had anything like this before, and I really love the chunky heel, and sort of with an outfit like this, they are perfect. We did a trip to Savers. I see videos on Instagram of Savers, and we don't have a Savers, I don't think, in the UK. Or if we do, put a message down below, because I'd love to go to Savers. Happy to travel round. From Savers, I went round and had a basket full of things, and I went into the changing room to go and try some stuff on, but only came away with a couple of bits. So the first one, a little bit boring but a staple, is just this slightly oversized black jumper. I'm quite keen to embroider onto it. So I just need to decide on whether I want to create something in the middle. I keep seeing these embroidered tiny glass bead sort of images, which could be quite cute on the front or sort of off to the side. I picked up this really gorgeous little dress, sort of perfect for summer. It's super light, ruffly, floaty. It's got these really lovely long sleeves and there's a really nice open back. Might see if I can recreate a pattern to create my own dress in a different fabric. Maybe this fabric could be quite cool. These are just some like odds and end bits. So I picked up this cute little tank, but actually it's super fuzzy. I picked up a couple of long sleeves. This one I actually found in the kids section. Even though it was age 16, it still was a little baggy on me. This one, it's just purple and it's a really nice thick rib and it had a really lovely neckline, but it's got this big open back, which I think is great. When it comes around to springtime here, it will be great because I'll have the long sleeves, but that's almost a bit of a statement back, which I thought was really cool, and I love the colour. This is just a cute little baby tee with a little butterfly on the front, which is really adorable. This one I've already had a play with and it does need to go through the washing machine because it's got very crimpled, but it's just this little pleated skirt, which is super cute. A bit of a boring one again, but just a plain blue little tee. It's got these cute little tiny splits at the end, which is really nice. I picked up 2 pairs of trousers, one for myself. I picked up these cream coloured jeans and super funky. They've got a little hammer loop, these nice big side pockets, back and front pockets, and a really nice shape. However, they are slightly too small, but what the plan is, I'm going to unpick the side seams all the way down and add in a band of some sort. So I'm just deciding on whether I add in a band that is the same colour or I add in a band that is different colour or a contrasting fabric. Opening this seam is going to be a big job because I'll have to re-sew on all the pockets and everything, but it will definitely be worth it because these are really cool. So that is a job for the foreseeable future. And then another pair of trousers that I picked up were these Levi's. From the label, they're looking really, really new. Actually, they hardly look worn. Like, Levi's denim is such a nice denim to work with, and they were only $10, which is £5. So personally, I thought that was a real bargain. I've been seeing like little denim waistcoats, which I think is really cute and perfect for layering, or maybe a bag, or I could make a skirt with some sort of like patchwork ruffles I've been seeing. Some other pieces that I picked up for Roland was this shirt. It's like this really tiny checkery fabric, and it's really gorgeous burnt orange colour. I picked up these 2 really lovely satin skirts. Now, it's been ages since I worked with satin, so I figured that this was probably one of the best ways to practice on some secondhand fabric, especially before I move into using this really lovely one. And then these are just some fabrics that I found at charity shops. So this one, or these both, are like a tiny gingham in a yellow and a pale blue. This one I thought was really cute, and there's not a ton here, but I think there's just about enough to make maybe a pleated skirt. And I was kind of picturing something similar to this one with a little waistband and then a pleated skirt. So that would be perfect for that, and it's got these like little checkers, but I thought it was a really nice sophisticated fabric. And then the last haul, this is a haul by itself, because there's this amazing op shop that we go to in a little town called Dalesford, and It's their community op shop, and they do a bag for $5. So whenever we go over to Australia, it's always our place where we want to go. We always want to visit it. I feel like I came away with a lot of good stuff this year. I picked up a few of just these ribbed bodycon dresses. So this is probably a perfect one for winter. It's got really nice high neck. This one was just a plain grey, a slightly thinner material and slightly longer. So this was quite a nice one. I think this will be perfect for like spring, summer. And then this one is little sleeveless number. Super cute, really nice like heavy duty rib, which I really liked. Then I also picked up this little black, like a one shoulder dress, and have one side exposed with like, the A-line is quite in at the minute. This one is actually really lovely. So it's this green, it's got like a very structured bodice. I can definitely feel some boning in there. But I was imagining it's very like Christmas wintry. I was imagining it maybe with a long sleeve or a little shirt underneath, some tights and like a woolly jumper or a woolly cardigan. This was the last piece of clothing that I picked up. As I was waiting to pay, I just saw this sleeve coming out, and it was in the children's section, and I like pulled on the sleeve and I was like, that's really, really nice, and I love that fabric, and it's sort of got a slight sheerness to it in sections. And as I pulled it out, the sleeve just sort of kept coming, and I was like, wow, that's a big sleeve for a child. And I pulled the whole top out, and actually it was just being put back in the wrong section. And it's not for a child, it's for an adult. So that was an absolute win. I was really chuffed with that. And then the last few bits of fabric that I picked up from our $5 bag place were, it's actually a lot of blue. Seeing it all together, there's a lot of blue. So there's these two sort of ribbed tubes that I came across, and I figured they go quite well together. They're almost the same material but just in different colours. So I might create one of those like patchwork tops. I found this tiny little strip. It's sort of got these little flowers on it, which I just really liked. I thought was very cute. I came across this very, I'm not sure what fabric this is. It's definitely a synthetic fabric. Very like drapey sort of, it's not a satin, but it potentially could be. It's a bit thinner than a satin, but it's very like drapey fabric. So it went in my bag, my $5 bag. Take this bow off. I picked up this fabric. This is definitely a satin fabric. I just loved these flowers. Super, super gorgeous, and a really, really nice light material. Almost a bit of a silk. I might do a burn test on a corner of it because it almost feels like silk. And that will probably go for, this one will go for Roland, I think, this lovely fabric. However, this one is going to stay for me just because I love it so much. This is another very silky, this one is definitely a satin. Even though it's super lovely and silky and soft, I can just tell that it's definitely a polyester satin rather than a silk. But, what does this say here? It does have some information here on the selvage, so I can have a little look. But this is super, super gorgeous, and just makes me want to sort of twirl a little bit. So I think something with a really nice bit of drape will be perfect for this. I actually picked this one up first, and I was like, this is going to be the dress. I'm going to make a dress for myself for Christmas out of this one. And then I picked this one up, and I'm like, oh, that's really nice. Maybe I make myself a dress for Christmas out of this one. However, well, I'll wait till the end. Hold on. I also picked up this really nice heavyweight fabric. So it's just a really lovely sort of blue knit, and it's got these white stitches weaving up and down. I think there's enough there for like a nice jacket or something, so that will be going on my website. This one here, this sort of like sheer black fabric, let me maybe do a couple of layers like this, with blue, orange and red lines just running backwards and forwards, which I think is great and really like tinsely and could be so great as a little Christmas dress. Like, look how fun that is. Sort of like, this one's very like subtle little black dress. And then with a little more of a rummage, I came across this, which is less black and it's got just these like big tinsel lines through it. Hold on, let me fold it a little bit. The problem is it smells, so definitely this one definitely needs to go through the washing machine. I mean, I'm gonna wash everything, but this one has got this like crinkly effect to it. It's got like gold and red, there's greens. If a tacky Christmas was in a fabric, this is it. And I think, hold my breath, I think I might do tacky Christmas this year in a dress. This is tacky Christmas in a dress and I love it, really love it. I'm just like surrounded by all of my piles of goodies. I now need to put everything through the washing machine, even the brand new fabrics, because they will have shrinkage in them. And I actually have to commit to packing everything away because it's just been able to live in the suitcase for the last week or so. And I've been like, oh, when I film my video, I'll deal with it then. Now I've actually filmed the video, so I've actually got to deal with it. On our long haul flight, you get given a pillow. Don't tell the airline, but we took our pillows with us. They're such a great size. So I'm going to make some new pillowcases for these out of some fabric that I already have. And then they're going to become our travel pillows. They're just really cute and maybe they can go on the bed as well. I've just come home from a really lovely holiday with projects to do. It'll give me something to work through and to share some progress with you guys. Thank you for watching. If you've got any ideas for any of these fabrics, make sure to leave a comment down below. That would be super, super helpful. And apart from that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!